All right, you just dropped this on me at the last minute. We're gonna do, instead of like a top 5 movies of 2019, or a top 5 most exciting movies that we're looking forward to. Instead of the normal list of organized, put together stuff that is my life,
Gotta.
my brother decided to drop on me, hey, let's just do a good, the bad, and the ugly of 2019 and
Hi,
what
my
we're
name's
looking
S.
forward
I'm
to.
about to have a kid. My whole life is going to be planned out and perfect. I know what I'm
Yes,
doing. No, it's
yes,
not.
yes, it is.
I
Yes, it is.
dropped this on you because the
I
good, the
I
bad, and
accept the
ugly.
challenge.
The good, the bad, and ugly of 2019 is a great way to put it. Instead of a list,
Yes.
everybody does lists. Let's
Fine.
do the good, bad, and ugly
Everybody does.
because we can talk and rant and rave about the things we love, the things we hated, and the things we despised. So I think
Okay,
this is
so where do
perfect.
you want to start?
I would like to start with the good.
Okay, we'll get off on the good foot then.
Yes.
So what's one of your good things of 2019?
The Witcher. I've been looking forward to that for so long because of such a passion for it. The Witcher is my number one good of 2019. Absolutely loved it. It released at 2 o'clock in the morning. I had work that day. I watched 6 episodes and then streamed playing video games because I knew if I went back to bed I would miss work. So I actually watched 6 episodes, went to work, came home, finished the last 2. Absolutely
Wow.
loved this series. It has its
It's
little small things that I didn't like, but that song's been stuck in my fucking head. Toss a coin to your
I
Witcher. I love it. Oh.
Yes, I plan on binging The Witcher probably this week, and then we'll do a full review
Before
of
it came out, they
The
were like,
Witcher.
"All right, we're getting to do season 2." After it came
Yes,
out, they're like, "Okay, we agree.
we're
We should
gonna
do
we're
season
gonna do
3
season
as
three.
well."
Yes,
I'm
yes.
so happy. And the reviews that came out, the critic reviews were so bad about it. Like the Entertainment
Really?
Weekly, they watched episode 1, episode 2, and episode 5 and then reviewed all 8 episodes. And they said it's horrible. It's an F. It's not what it. And
Really?
everyone and the producer, I believe it was, came out and was like, if the critics don't like it, but the fans of the series who actually know the product do, then you could shut the fuck up. So I
And
was.
it was listed as, because Netflix, and I had tweeted this earlier today,
Mhm.
but Netflix had listed their top 10 most popular movies and top 10 most popular shows for this past year. And The Witcher, coming out on December 20th, made it to number 2. The
He
only one that passed The Witcher was
nailed the
Stranger
role. He
Things.
nailed the role, and that was one thing I was worried about.
Yep.
They had so many things in it, and I didn't know the history of it as per our Witcher video. I didn't know every detail of it, and
Have
I
your
got called
comments.
out. Yeah, please, but I loved it, and I do want to go back and say the author that I called a raging piece of shit. I
Yeah.
take that back. Mainly
Okay.
because CD Projekt Red went to him after the success of the TV show and said, "Hey, would you like to open negotiations because we'd like to make a Witcher 4?" And he's like, "Okay." And they both communicated, worked out a
Awesome.
deal, and they're continuing on a much better foot. So I am happy that he's kind of come around on everything and seen how much popularity it's given. But The Witcher was absolutely amazing. It was a lot of things came out on December 20th. And
Yeah.
between Star Wars, Cats, and The Witcher, I was so happy I had a highlight moment, and it was The Witcher. I'm so proud.
Yes. It's on my to watch list. Everybody I've talked to, even people that don't do binge watching, they're like, I couldn't stop watching it. So I'm excited to actually get to watch it here soon. So even though it's not on my good list yet, just because I haven't seen it, I'm sure it will be making another list.
Mhm.
So,
It's so good.
one of the good things now, obviously we're gonna talk about Marvel in general. It was
Okay.
it was a great year, but I actually want to take that a step further and talk about Disney as a whole. Disney
Ooh.
as a whole dominated 2019.
8 of the
Let me-
10 box office successes
Yes!
were theirs, I believe.
Yes, it
Or
was
8 of the $10 billion movies were theirs, or something
yeah.
like that.
The top 10 billion, or the top 10 most highest grossing movies of this year, 7 of them
Mhm.
are from Disney, which, by the way, this article that I will post on our Twitter account, literally, it has a line in here that says Disney has made more money in the first 7 months of 2019 than any other studio has ever made in a single year.
And another good I will throw in, The Mandalorian was the first good Star Wars I've had in a long time. I enjoyed
Yes,
the movies. I
yes.
enjoy the small things, but
We'll
Mandalorian is great. We
we'll
will.
get to that in a second, but I do want to just specifically say like this is like they beat their old record of $5 billion
Hmm.
movies in one year with like seven this year. So they're dominating. Now they are next year they have, you know, only two Marvel movies. There's no Star Wars movies for the next 2 years. So this was like their like big explosive year
3 years, I
before
believe.
2022. Yeah. Um, yeah,
2023.
2022.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree. I'm usually wrong.
Because Avatar comes out in December of 2021, and then Star Wars in 2022, and then Avatar, and then Star Wars and Avatar. So they plan on dominating Christmas for a while. You Google that all you want. But yeah, so I got to give it to Disney, not just their remakes, but the Marvel, and just they've had a dominating year, and it's all been good. I loved Aladdin. I loved Captain Marvel. And that's the thing. Like Spider-Man even made it into the top 10, and that's technically under Sony, so you can technically give them like a 7.5
Oh
of
my
the
god.
top 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got to give it to Disney. This was Disney's year. They completely crushed every other studio. They almost made $8 billion this year in movies. Like they made like I think it was like 7.
Disney was good through and through with the movies, the franchises,
Yes.
the IPs they've been having it, as
Yes.
well as the Disney Plus itself. I'd still
Yes,
much prefer
Disney Plus
Netflix.
launching.
I still prefer Netflix over Disney Plus, but
But
Disney
it's
Plus
just
is
getting started.
it's kind of like I have my Netflix meal, but I'd really like that tiramisu, which is Disney Plus. It's just nice and sweet on the tongue.
It is getting started, which brings us to The Mandalorian, which you guys also put in your good.
Yeah.
Which we'll be having a review come up with that very soon.
So
'Cause I
good.
just finished it as well.
So good.
So to see Star Wars back on track, and that fact that we're getting a breather from the movies, and they can focus on Disney Plus because we have multiple Star Wars TV shows, and if they're all planning to follow a similar feel as Mandalorian, I feel like this is going to be not a reboot in any way, but a soft fix to the franchise. Because you'll notice that Rise of Skywalker is not in our good. And we'll get to where we both decide it is because it might be different for us. But I think with Disney Plus and the TV shows we have coming up for Star Wars, I think that they're on the right path, and I like the breather that they are professionally doing for the movies, and I'm excited to see where they go with all of that. So Mandalorian, yes. Disney in general, yes.
All right.
Avengers Endgame, the biggest movie of the year, biggest movie ever.
Yes, yes, it's amazing that I didn't even throw that out immediately. That's how much The Witcher meant to me. Absolutely
Well,
loved
I'll
it.
throw it out
Okay.
because oh my god, I still get goosebumps.
I do too.
Still like my Christmas
I'm a
present
fucking
is
nerd.
gonna go on this giant wall behind me
Mhm.
is going to be a picture of everybody coming out of the portals.
Oh, nice.
With my cap in the middle. That's why I didn't
Aw.
get. That's why Nicole didn't get me a present. Our other sister didn't get me a present on our family Christmas, because she's getting that framed and put together for me
Awesome.
to put up right there. Because I'm like, that was that feeling. The Avengers Endgame did it for me. That was my best movie of the year.
So
I know it's cliche. I'm sorry.
no, it was
but...
good. It was good. It's still, when I hear the Portals song, I still get it. So I went first on the good. Let me hear your bad.
Well, I don't have too much bad for the year. There I guess where I'm going to put Star Wars is going to be in the bad. It's not ugly for me. It's going to be in the bad column for me because as a Star Wars fan, I just feel like they didn't do justice. And if you haven't watched our review of Rise of Skywalker, check that out as well, because our other sister joins us and we've grown up on this. We've literally seen every movie multiple times. Now, I haven't dug into all the comics and the books and everything, but there was it wasn't my least favorite Star Wars movie. I will give it that. It's not my least favorite, which is why it's not in the ugly column.
Okay.
If it was my least favorite Star Wars movie, if I absolutely hated it, if I think it was complete trash, I would put it in the ugly column. But for me personally, it's just in the bad. It's still going to be probably hitting $1 billion here in the next week or so, just with the time frame it comes out and everything. But it was fine. I'm kind of happy to see that chapter close. I had a lot of issues with it, but it wasn't complete trash for me. So it's in my my bad column.
I'm going with my bad column. You actually took my thunder. That's what was going to be bad for me as well.
Really?
Star Wars.
I thought you were gonna put it in ugly.
No, that's reserved for something else. But
Yeah.
the two bads I have from this year were the episode 9 of Star Wars. There's a lot of people who like it. There's a lot of people who don't like it. I am one of the people that does not like it. But I'm not going to harp on what you just did because we literally have an hour video of all 3 kids harping on this. But I will go to another bad that I was not a fan of was the Sony Disney custody battle they had this year.
Oh, yes.
I'm not a fan of that because the custody battle really hurt everybody involved. Yes, Disney got a little bit more that they wanted, but you know this is just a Band-Aid on the situation. And it's going to rear its ugly head. I hope it doesn't for a while. But that custody battle, even though it was like 2 weeks, it was not an enjoyable
It
time.
felt longer.
It did.
It's crazy how something so simple as is Spider-Man gonna be in Marvel movies, or is he gonna be in his own universe? It's so crazy how everybody lost their minds over this, and everybody had a side, and neither Disney nor Sony looked good in this situation because Disney's looking greedy.
That's why I said it's a bad.
And Sony's looking like they're not willing to share, and so I'm curious to see where we go with this because there's been talk about Spider-Man being in the next Venom movie, but does that mean that Venom's in the MCU? And there's so many things, but you're right. It's a Band-Aid, but we always knew it wasn't permanent, and they even said that. So
my last bad is my bank account for all these streaming services I have to subscribe to be able to enjoy the content. I'm gonna have to get my piracy fingers going again because I'm not a fan of all this, but at the same time, I enjoy being able to watch what I want when I want. It's turning me into a lazy person, so I hate that's bad. But I like being able to watch what I want when I want. It's nice and bad at the same time.
The streaming wars, as we call it, the streaming wars have begun.
That sounds like a better movie than fucking episode 9.
Well, it is bad because it's basically what they did back in the olden days. Like you had ABC, you could either buy ABC or you could buy CBS or you could buy NBC.
It'll come around. It's
and then they're like, oh wait, here's everything together, and then we were good.
Data packages.
And your pirating went down, and now pirating is going to go way back up because like you said, I can't subscribe to everything. I'm sorry, I'm not paying for every single subscription. But like Apple TV, I don't give 2 shits about Apple TV. But you know what? I really want to see Jason Momoa's show, or I really want to watch Good Morning America with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. But I'm like, I'm not subscribing to that, so I cannot pay for all of these streaming services. So I'm interested. What are they going to do? Because they can't stay like this.
Yeah, no, they will.
Piracy is going to go back up, and then they're going to start giving bundles, and maybe it will go back down.
Nah, we'll figure it out. I look forward to it because it's something new, and change is always good, even though if people don't like it. So that is a bad, again, just on my bank account, not because of my life. I really enjoy that, waking up at 2, 3 in the morning to get stuff I'm hyped for immediately. All right, so the ugly then. Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first? Because I got 2.
I have 2, but I'm pretty sure one of them is the same as yours.
All right, so I will start with one of them
Go
then.
ahead.
And I'm pretty sure Charlie's Angels is one of my 2. Because I am so happy that movie bombed as bad as it did. Because watching that trailer, I was like, all right, I'm going to go into it. I was a fan of Cameron Diaz. She was like one of my childhood crushes, you know. Let's see what comes out of this. And I really hated Drew Barrymore, even though Cameron Diaz kind of offset her a little bit. And I was like, let's see what this is like. And then skeleton warrior Kristen whatever Stewart sitting like a gargoyle on that helicopter as it flew away. And I was like, oh no. And it just felt bad. It was, and then on top of that, I was like, I am an asshole. I am a negative Nancy. Hopefully other people enjoy this movie. And then everyone else came out and was like, nah, it's pretty shitty. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So let me just encourage you a little bit more. On the top list of all the movies that came out this year, take a guess where Charlie's Angels is.
How long's the list, first off?
Okay, well, it goes to literally 500, but we'll just say, just 200. 1 to 200. It's in 1 to 200.
It's 1 to 200. I'll say 112.
Very close. 108.
Oh, damn, I was good.
Yeah. So it did not
didn't play
have,
that game.
Yeah. It didn't do well. So I feel kind of bad for it because I like Charlie's. I like
Don't feel
Charlie's
bad
Angels.
for it because, yes, you may like the IP, and I do as well.
Yeah.
But when you have lazy shit shoved in the IP just because it's an IP you enjoy, that's what happened with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's lazy shit shoved in something
Yeah.
you like, saying, hey, it still tastes like shit, but we put some cinnamon on it. That you don't accept that as a fan. And
I
wouldn't-
agree. I
So
agree.
don't
it's
just-
not it's
yeah.
not in my ugly list because I haven't seen it. You haven't even seen it. You're just happy that it failed.
I am. I'm ecstatic. Do you want to go with one? Was that one of your two?
No.
Okay,
This
then
is the one I'm pretty sure you
I
have.
can go with the other
Cats.
one then. Yes.
Cats.
Cats is the other one that we were watching. I was like, all right, Broadway play. This will be something interesting. I love The Book of Mormon is my favorite Broadway play. I recommend if anybody gets a chance, please see The Book of Mormon if you have a good sense of humor. If you don't, then don't go fucking see The Book of Mormon. It's absolutely hilarious. But I was like, I've always been interested. I've always heard nothing but good things. And then watching that trailer, I was like, they put a lot
was
of work
bad.
into the CGI. They're going to re-release it because people were apparently hovering it was so bad. But I've heard so much shit. It's a 2-hour movie that they start the plot 30 minutes in. And spoilers on this, I guess. There's a cat that has no friends, and she gets friends at the very end, and her life's complete. And she's like, you're chosen. You get to die and be reincarnated. What? She gets everything she wants, and then she's killed? Is that how the Broadway play goes? I hope not. If it does, I understand. This is something that should not have been brought to the big screen just because of greedy motherfuckers like, we haven't done that yet. People love that. It made how much on Broadway? $4 billion? We could turn that into some extra cash. No. Ugly. Ugly.
So do you think it did better or worse than Charlie's Angels?
Worse.
It's 107.
Oh, wow. They're right there.
They're right next to each
Oh my
other.
God.
And both crap.
I heard they made I think they're 75 million in the hole with it right now.
To be fair, Cats also just came out this like a couple weeks ago, whereas
I almost
Charlie's
watched it
Angels
this
came
weekend.
out in November.
I almost watched it this weekend. Almost.
I'm actually tempted to, if you lose our Golden Globe bet, that's one of the options I'm going to put on the list.
It's going to be
Along
that,
with
Charlie's Angels, and a Drew Barrymore. Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, Cats, I hadn't seen it. I don't want to see it. I feel really bad for it. You know, to give you an idea, because we're Dragon Ball Z fans, Broly came out this year. Broly came in at number 76. It destroyed these movies,
and I'm happy for that. It's got a good, passionate core of people that have enjoyed the series for 20 plus years, just in the United States, not counting what's overseas. And they actually put great effort into it with Akira Toriyama coming back to it. It was phenomenally animated and done with good humor mixed into it as well. Like Whis, when Broly's attacking Whis, we're like, woo! That's a movie I loved because not just I love the series, but they actually handled it well, a lot better than the Z battle one with Frieza coming back. I thought this movie was incredibly well done. And by the way, keep an ear to the ground on this. They are supposedly announcing another movie and the series.
Cool.
So
right.
I've been keeping up on that.
Well, then my other ugly, because you had your two uglies, one of them was mine. My other ugly was the end of the X-Men at Fox. Dark Phoenix was awful. It just made me sad. I am really excited for them to fix it with Kevin Feige in the MCU.
Replace it.
Replace it.
Thank you. Yes.
Complete reboot.
There you go.
Because these characters deserve so much better than what they got this year. This was another, we'll just slap, it's a name it's a franchise you love, and we're not coming back, so we'll just phone all this in. And it was very disappointing to see what this franchise ended, because I've loved X-Men for really. I remember watching the TV show
I
as a
do as
kid,
well. Yeah.
and it made me sad to see the way it ended.
Yes, I agree with you. I haven't actually watched it, but again, what I've heard from family and friends and everything, yes, I fully agree.
Yeah.
What about her name's Kathleen Kennedy, I believe, that runs the Star Wars universe right now. I put her in the ugly section, even though I don't put that movie in the section, because of how well she maintained and ran the actual ship that is Star Wars for the conclusion of something that's been loved for 40, 50 years.
And
So I'm not happy with that.
I don't remember when she made all the comments. I think I don't think it was this year, but she's made a lot of comments over the last couple of years that were very anti-original fan base and
the shady shit Disney's been doing with Rotten Tomatoes scores and people and everything behind the scenes there. I think that is ugly as well. So calling people, if you don't like it, you're obviously a hater of this this person or this type of people or this race or this whatever it may be. So I think that deserves to be in the ugly problem as well. Right.
Do you have anything that looks like promising? Like, I know it's the good, the bad, and the ugly, but for 2019, was there anything that was like, you know what, maybe this could fix itself in 2020? Like,
what do you mean, fix itself?
So, for example, Shazam.
Things that I would things I would look forward to in 2020. I never watched Shazam. I definitely need to because I've heard good things about it. And so that's not something I'm shying away for. Just haven't got around to it. I'm not looking forward to the Scarlet Witch Vision series, but I am looking forward to Doctor Strange, the multiverse.
Those don't come out next year.
I know, but I'm still looking forward to that.
2020. What's coming out in 2020 that you're looking forward to?
Ghostbusters. I'm actually looking forward to Ghostbusters. There's a few other movies that may slip under the radar. I wouldn't mind watching Black Widow, but I don't think it's going to be a top movie for me. I think it'll be an enjoyable, fun ride. There's nothing much that I'm die hard for. I'm looking forward to kind of riding the wave.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm excited for. Obviously, Marvel movies I'm always gonna be excited for. Black Widow, Eternals both come out next year. I'm actually really, really excited to see the first Marvel Disney Plus show come out next year, which is The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So this is gonna set the stage for how the TV shows are, because they say they're going to tie in a lot. So this is the first show that we're getting on Disney Plus for Marvel, and I'm excited for it. I'm ready to see more of their banter back and forth, and to see where they go with the characters. So that's on my anticipation list. I'm excited.
Anticipation list. I am actually excited for the announcement of the new Star Wars movies. I honestly believe
who's going to take over? Who's going to take over?
Not only that, we already know who better fucking take over, okay?
Jon Favreau better take over.
Okay,
if he doesn't take over, I don't know, what are you doing?
I'm gonna rage. But I'm looking forward to what the announcement is. I want to know if the new movie or movies, because they have them spaced out every 2 years. I'm looking forward to seeing if they announce they're going with the Old Republic, which is thousands of years prior to the story we all know and love, or if they're going to go with a Revan, because Revan is now canon due to this most recent movie. I'd like to see a Revan one that would be stretched out for one character over 3 movies, but I think if you do an Old Republic, Revan's going to be such a hot commodity that they may do an Old Republic trilogy, but then have a standalone Revan movie, and I don't want it to drain that out too much. I can't wait to see what they're going to do, because they're not going to go into the future with everything. They're going to go to the old past, and I want to see what they do. They're not going to touch Baby Yoda. They're not going to have him all of a sudden be 100 years from now, and here's Baby Yoda growing up. They're not going to touch that, because they don't want to hurt their precious advertising of Baby Yoda being a fucking baby. He's 900 years old, which means how long can they sell him? They can sell him as a baby for probably 300 fucking years. So no, they're going to go in the past with this, and I'd really like to see the history. I want to see Korriban. I want to see the Sith rising up. I want to see the different masters. I want to see Plagueis. I want to see, Plagueis is obviously more recent. But I want to see, I want the original Jedi.
Do you think we'll get,
the books being written? I want to see all of it.
But but the next movie doesn't come out until December of 2022, which means they probably will start filming in 2021. So if we get an announcement next year, it's going to be late in the year.
Yes.
So it's going to be like, November,
Yes.
December.
I'm looking forward to that.
Of next year.
It'll probably be. I bet it could be earlier during D23.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good point. D23 in the fall. I bet you're
D23
right.
will announce it, and they'll say this is what we're going to be working on, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Because we'll already have the Black Widow movie under our belt. We'll already have the Falcon and movie under our TV show under our belt. So they're going to want to say, hey, we've given you a year to get that shit out of your mouth from the movie episode 9. Here's something we're working on, and if it's the Old Republic or Revan, I'm going to be excited about both, as long as she is not running it.
She's not. This will be a transition year. Kathleen Kennedy will be. They should be announcing, hopefully, if not early to mid-year, for 6 months, they'll be announcing who's taking over Kathleen Kennedy's spot. Now she's on contract still until 2021, but that whole last year of hers is all going to be transition stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with that as well. Another thing, I'm actually really interested to see Mulan. I think we had mentioned when we watched the latest trailer
I told you it's going to be
Mulan
top 2 of the Disney movie remakes.
Yes, I think it could be number 1.
Gotta appease that Chinese market, right?
Yeah. So obviously looking forward to that. I mean, any of the superhero movies coming out this year, yes, I'm interested, but I'm not over the moon about any of them.
Agree.
I mean, Eternals, I'm curious, but I haven't gotten anything from it yet. Well, at least Black Widow, I've gotten a trailer. I don't have anything.
When is Eternals supposed to come out?
November. So,
okay. So we're probably not going to get a trailer during Black Widow then.
No, it'll probably be Comic-Con.
That's probably right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of all the big stuff I can think about that's coming out next year. Obviously, things will change and
completely unrelated note, I am actually most excited in the year 2020 about Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh yeah, the game.
Yes, it's by CD Projekt Red. I'm incredibly excited about that. I cannot wait. It's literally my wallpaper on my computer on all 3 fucking monitors. That game, I get ready for hearing about this game, even if you're not a gamer. You're going to hear about it. You're going to see commercials about it. You're going to hear that the Game of the Year awards. It's on a pedestal of what Witcher was, and it's going to be phenomenal. So I'm really looking forward to that, unrelated to movies.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that wraps up our good, the bad, and the ugly of 2019 and kind of what we're most excited about for 2020. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good year. I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be over the top with superheroes like we've had. I think it's going to be a chill year, and then every other year is going to be over the top with superheroes. But this year is going to be kind of a chill.
Hopefully the Hollywood side of things has learned a little bit about their nostalgia fixes and what works and what doesn't, because they've been throwing everything into a blender recently and seeing what sticks. Hopefully they hone that skill a little bit more. Yes, we love nostalgia, but don't try to, again, put cinnamon on top of dog shit and feed it to me.
Exactly. We're not going to take it.
Looking forward to 2020. You ready, yes?
Yes.
See you there.